There's more car parts over here. Fucking bitch, another faggot ass goddamn traffic light. These damn two traffic lights are such a pain in the ass if you get them. One takes like 3 minutes before it turns green, and then the other one fucking takes, I don't know. I don't think it's long, but because you're stuck in that long ass. It sucks in the mornings because it's like there's no car and you still gotta wait for that damn light to turn freaking green. So by the time you get to the second one, you're already frustrated. Okay, this one's like, I don't know, 30 seconds, but still you're already frustrated with the first one that takes ridiculously long. So by the time you come over here, you're already annoyed. I try not to catch it when it goes red, but because some dumbass fucking driver was so goddamn slow. He was so slow that when he went past through the intersection, people were honking at him to fucking move it. That's how slow he was. When he was crossing the intersection, it was already red. And I see the dumbass on the parking lot on the other across the street, still slow as hell. I'm like, fuck. He's either drunk or he's just that slow. Oh, it's gonna be a sleepy day today, that's for sure. I must have gotten about a little under 7 hours. Reason why is because I got up like 40 minutes early. Because I said, okay, I'll go a little early, so I'll get out an hour early. But then I decided, you know what if nobody's not there? What am I gonna do? Nothing. So I don't know if people are going to show up at 3. I know they'll show up at 4. So I said, fuck it, I'll just go back to sleep. But by then, it was hard for me to go to sleep. So I was in bed for about 15, 20 minutes. Then I decided to get up and yeah. It's going to be for one day, you know. I'll just go to sleep early today. And then tomorrow I'll just try to go to sleep a little late because I'm going to resume my old schedule from going to work at 5:30 instead of 4 o'clock. So I think I have time to fill up the gas right now before I get to my job. So that way I don't have to fill it up after work. I mean, I know on Saturday, it's not going to be taking that long coming back home from work. But still, I just want to drive home directly to work. I want to directly come back home. According to my calculations, I should have about 69 and a half hours of work this week, which is pretty damn good. I think it's going to be that. If it is, that's pretty good considering I didn't work on Monday. I don't really care much about Saturdays. For me, every day's work day. The only time that isn't work day is Sunday. I gotta tell you something, man. My relative went to Vegas for the last 3 days. They just got home this afternoon yesterday. They got home in the afternoon, right? I was already getting ready to go to bed. So, hold up. Wait up. Okay. So I was getting ready to go to bed, and yeah, they got there. And I gotta tell you, those 3 days that the place was empty, and I let my cats loose around the house, right? I gotta say, like, hopefully next year, if this whole thing goes great, me moving out and all that, I'm looking forward to seeing my cat roaming around whichever place I get, you know? I did find one place that's worth $1,400 a month, And for some of you folks out there who live in other states, you probably might be thinking, man, that's pretty damn expensive. Well, considering this is in California, to me that's kind of affordable. You know what I mean? Some places run $3,000 a month, $2,200. I mean $3,200. Some run $2,900, $2,500. Mostly, you know where my job is at? All of the places I found so far run a minimum of $2,000 and up. You know? The only way I could definitely live somewhere near my job is if I was getting paid like $1,500 a week. It is possible if they gave me like more hours, but I only could go no more than 12 hours. Yeah, but you will work so much just to pay that rent. Yeah, I don't have to use my truck a whole lot. I can go back to babying that bitch again. But if I could find a place where it will take me about an hour to get there by bike riding, I would definitely go for it. I think it will be a smooth bike ride, depending. Not every place is going to look good and all that. How can you say that, you know? It's like, you gotta deal with traffic and floors and all that, how the concrete floor. Well, the thing I need to let you know, I don't know how, I know in, for example, if I were to live like in Long Beach, right? Long Beach City. I'm pretty sure the roads, it's not LA County, so chances are it might be having smoother bike rides, because check it out, man. If I were to be in a bike, if I'm in LA County, I'm gonna have a tough time getting around because I gotta be careful with dumb drivers. I gotta be careful with uneven floors, uneven concrete sidewalks. You know what I mean? I gotta deal with cars pulling out of buildings. Because in LA County, there's a lot of buildings that are like square structure. So when they try to pull out of the driveway, you can't see them well. Like imagine 2 square blocks, and then there's a there's a space, let's pretend like 2 squares, right? And then there's a driveway that goes in between these 2 squares. All right? Imagine you're a tiny person, you're just on a bike trying to cross, right? And you reach this driveway, but you don't know if cars are coming out or not. Imagine you being a bike. I always had to slow down almost to a full stop to see if there's no cars coming out, because you can't tell until the very last second. I had a few occasions that happened to me, and thank God I slowed down, because if I didn't, I would have gotten hit. You know, that's how a lot of these buildings are in LA County. Once you leave that area, you reach areas where you see buildings, and most of them you could actually see if there's cars coming out or not. So it's a lot more, and plus the floor is even, so the floor is not that bad, so you get around quicker. I went on my bike riding in the morning to work. Well, like I said, man, I gotta make sure I get those 12 hours every time. 11 and a half to 12 hours, you know? Gotta make sure I get that all the time. If it's a guarantee I get that, then that's fucking great. But it's a lot of sacrifice, man. But it's a sacrifice I'm willing to take. Ugh. Right now, I'm damn fucking sleepy. God damn it, I passed the freeway where I was supposed to fill up the gas. Fuck it, I'll do it after work. I'll wash my bed sheets tomorrow. Fuck it. What else do I need? Clean my room, do the bed sheets. I already washed my clothes mostly. I already Just need to water the plants either today or tomorrow. You know what? I'm gonna go buy myself some mulch from Home Depot. They don't cost a whole lot. I just need one bag, and it's like $3-4. I'm not gonna drive all the way to the landfill and spend $20 on a little bit of that. You know what I mean? So it's a waste of time just to get a small bag, because I want to cover up the last 2 plants with mulch. Because if you cover mulch on top of your topsoil, on your pots and all that, where my tomatoes are, you don't have to water it a whole lot, and it keeps the temperature somewhat cool for the plant during summertime. Plus, because the sun isn't hitting the soil, because it's covered up, it's shaded up because of the mulch, it retains moisture longer, meaning you just need to water it less. The only thing I'm gonna have to worry about now is the fucking caterpillars. So now I'm gonna have to visit my plants every time, visit them every day to see if there's no fucking caterpillars on it, because those fuckers, I don't know what kind of species it is, but those guys will consume leaves and your tomatoes quickly. I mean, super quickly. Especially now that my tomatoes are like extra, like my plants are just so fucking good right now. It's crazy how good they look. There's only one plant out of all of them that it's like dwarfing up. I like to call it dwarfing, maybe there's a word for it, where it just start to, you know, it just for some reason stopped growing, and it's all butched up. It looks like a marijuana plant. So I'm hoping it could like get out of that and just grow again. But we'll see. 1 out of fucking 7 plants, 1 out of 6 plants, that ain't that bad. And besides, I'm gonna get a lot of tomato. One of the cherry tomato plants are already, you know, changing color to yellow now. But dude, these cherry tomatoes look huge, man. They're fucking huge. I looked at that, I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. So I'm happy about that. I'm feeling happy. Right now I'm not that way right now. I'm not feeling it, because I mean, I am happy, but right now I'm just more sleepy, so I'm just not like I knew it was a mistake when I got up. I'm like, you know what, if I get up and I don't go back to sleep quickly, and I don't get that extra 30 minutes of sleep, I'm gonna be fucked for the day. Tomorrow I should be streaming, so in other news, we don't know when Marshall's gonna make his own his own Rumble. Well, he already made his own Rumble channel, guys. I don't know, that one person is looking at it. Marshall already made a Rumble channel, but we don't know what's the name of it, and we don't know when he's gonna put up videos, because as always, he makes it such a big deal. Marshall's the type of guy that he will not fix a toilet until the whole thing just breaks apart. He'll just let it sit there and let the problem get worse and worse, until finally he has no choice but to fix it. But by the time he tries to fix it, it's such a pain in the ass, when it wasn't at the beginning. If he got it done when he first noticed the problem, it wouldn't have not been. But no, he decided to let it get worse. That kind of reminds me of my mom. My mom does the same old BS, man. Lets the problem get worse and worse, until finally when it gets fixed, it's a pain in the rear end, when it shouldn't have been. Fucking light. I didn't get photo, but goddamn, you piece of shit. That's the first time that happened to me on this light. there's like 3 camera lights in 3 intersections, and you don't want to get, you know, ticketed for that, because these guys are now charging you like $600 for the ticket, right? And I noticed I was crossing it, I'm like, okay, you know, it's still green, I'm good. But all of a sudden, like, I always stop for these lights, with the ones with the cameras, because I don't want to mess with them. This thing turned green. There's one car in front of me, boom. I'm barely getting to the intersection, right? It just turned green like 3 seconds ago. Then it turns red again. It turns yellow, then red. But when it turned yellow, I'm like, God damn it. And then, you know, that thing gets me red. That thing might take a picture. But then again, I could go and complain about it, and they'll probably remove it, most likely, because I was already in the intersection when it turned yellow. But I don't want to go and waste my fucking time in dealing with that shit. Especially now that I'm working this many hours, this many days. The same old situation what I got to deal with now. The stupid ass Federal Bureau. You know, they sent me a letter telling me that I need to send more paperwork, more copies, because basically they want to make sure I did everything correctly, that I deserve not to pay this much from last year. And all I did is, when I went to the accountant, my tax accountant, I always tell them, make sure everything's good, because I don't want to deal with these guys. I don't want to deal with these guys. Make sure how much I own, how much I got to pay, because I don't want to deal with these guys or get a letter to give them a call. And you know how it is. They take, and it's a pain in the ass, especially now that I'm working hours. You know? And they always do that. I always tell them, okay, so is everything correct? That means they won't call me. No, everything's according to what I put the information down. You don't own this much kind of money. Okay. And then, as always, they always send a goddamn letter bitching and complaining, like, oh, we just want to make sure. No, basically what they're trying to say, translation, we want to make sure, you know, you're giving us the right amount. We want to make sure we get the right amount so we could go and spend it on stupid dumb shit like gender affirming sex change on some other country that nobody doesn't even know it exists, right? Let's do sex cartoons, sex education, trans studies at a fucking other country that we don't even know of, right? Let's go spend a lot of money on that bullshit. Let's go send this money somewhere else that has absolutely no fucking benefits for us at all. Let's go spend it on more fucking bumps. I don't give a shit how people try to say, like, oh, but what if the homeless people, you know, they need help. I remember I saw an ad, dude, like on, you know, we're getting around the midterms, right? And you see a bunch of dumbass. I mean, it's bad enough that we see on television. It used to be on television, right? Great, awesome, right? I could just be on my phone. But now those ads are like already on your like YouTube videos or whatever. It's a pain in the fucking ass. You got to deal with, guys. If you come and vote for me, I will help. I will change this. I fought for this. I do this. I do that. Yeah, right. Fuck off. Same old bullshit. I remember this guy over here, like in LA County, was saying that I'll make sure that, you know, we would, you know, do a lot of drug addiction help. I'm like, first of all, what kind of help are you going to give to the homeless people in LA County? Exactly. What are you going to do? Are you going to force them? You can't force them. They got to do it on their own. The problem is, a lot of people on the street are not going to do that. They're addicted to that shit. They're not going to want to go and get help. Maybe some. But how are you going to help these people if they don't want to help themselves? Exactly, how are you going to do it? Because if it's just like them, just like it's up to them, forget about it. There's nobody here. So if I were to come at 3, like I said, nobody was gonna be here. Dude, the lights are turned off. No, that makes no difference. I could walk in and the lights would automatically turn on. It makes no difference if the lights were light up or not. By the time I go in there, it automatically, turns on, and that's that. I love getting here early before the boss because I'm such a slut. What the hell am I talking about? Well, there's some people out there who think I'm such a whore because I work so many hours. So me as a goof, I always act like a slut. I'm like, oh yes, I can't wait till I do overtime. I'm such a whore. Anyways, I gotta go. Let's see what they have in the snack area, and yeah, there's gonna be some milk, so I'm looking forward to drinking some milk right now. I'm hoping today will be those type of days where I may feel sleepy right now, but as the day progresses, I'll be awake. But if it doesn't happen, and it's one of those days that I feel the sleepiness throughout the whole day, I'm officially fucked. I'm gonna feel that way the whole day. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll stream tomorrow, and I'm gonna do something for my sister, which is gonna be some 30-minute thing, no problem. 30-40 minute thing. But the things I need to do will get done before I have to do that quick 40-minute favor to my sister. I gotta give somebody a ride to the airport, so yeah. Unless they change at the last minute and say, no, you don't need to do that. Or unless these people here says, hey, you want to come on Sunday tomorrow? I probably will take it up. I could break my record and go up to 80 hours. Yeah. But I don't know yet. We'll see. Nobody's not going to work on Sunday except the one area that you need to put someone there to train. But is it really worth doing Sundays? I don't know, dude. Because it's my one and only day off, and I need some break, some time off. I know tomorrow I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to be sitting down, but I'm going to try to get up and do a lot of stuff. Get everything done before I got to go and help out my sisters. So, take care, guys. Is today going to be hard work? No, it's going to be mostly just standing and sitting and, putting some things on a computer today. So, later.